What we're doing right now is we're activating the right brain more in our practicing process versus the left brain. Left brain practicing is what's referred to as blocked practicing. This is where if you're working on an arpeggio, you work on one position of it, one fingering, one picking pattern, and you do it in basically one way, and you drill that same arpeggio over and over.
Okay.
That's good for developing core techniques. It's good for developing your baseline skill, and it's good for improving very, very specific things about that technique. Let's say you're working on a pick stroke transition, one string to the next, or a fingering issue. Like, blocked practicing is really fantastic for solving those kinds of problems, but it has a limit. There's a certain kind of ceiling that everyone hits with blocked practicing that can only be overcome by activating more of the other hemisphere of your brain with what's called random practicing. So blocked practicing, left brain; random practicing, right brain. What random practicing does is it forces you to think more big picture about the idea as opposed to left brain blocked practicing. When we practice things in a blocked way, we isolate and we really drill specific aspects and we zoom in mentally. We put that thing under the microscope and we look very, very closely at the details. When we practice in a right brain, random kind of way, like what you were doing with moving things around the neck in different patterns, either completely randomly or with a specific kind of game or pattern, it forces you to think in a more zoomed out way. You're looking at the fretboard from more of the observer point of view than the operator that's inside of the thing. And so there's, again, certain ceilings that can only be overcome if you approach it from that other hemisphere. And sometimes it's hard to know when to shift gears that way. But if you're practicing something in a blocked way and you're not really getting further with it, mix it up, do it randomly. Move it around the fretboard, different patterns, either just jump around different positions or move it around in a set scheme like how we did with the half steps. And what you'll find, what you just experienced, it comes together. Like there's like certain connections that get made when you approach it in that way that cannot be made when you do it from the first perspective.
Yeah, interesting.